I'm live. Everyone seems to be having a really rubbish day today. Just been seeing some of the chat and everyone's having a rubbish time. And the weather's appalling. It's raining, it's dull, it's too dark for photography. And I thought, well, you know, stuff it. Let's crack on with a haul. It's not a big haul. It's just a tiny one. But I thought, well, you know, it's another day, isn't it? Perhaps having a live will get some sales going for people who are very much in need of their ka-chings today, which I think we all are. I'm just going to see if I can find my channel and get the chat up, because I don't seem to be able to do it on here. Not sure how that works. No, because I can't subscribe to myself. So I'm hoping if there is chat, it'll pop up here. If somebody says something, if anyone's out there, oops, clicked on the wrong thing. For some reason, although I can do stuff on my laptop and lives, I don't seem to be able to do. I can join Hangouts, but I don't seem to be able to do live streams. Look at my fringe. What's going on there? Look, badger stripe is gone. Cut and coloured. Absolutely lovely. So I can see that there's, oh gosh, everyone's coming in. I've got 10 people already. Blimey, that's good going. If I have a slightly strange look on my face in here, it's because the cat shat in here earlier. I mean, he got stuck in the office. I came back from my travels and opened the door and was nearly poleaxed by the smell of cat poop. So I have dealt with it, but there's always that slight lingering fragrance. But yeah, click on my video and chat should be on the side. Ah, yeah, okay. Live chat. Ah, hello, Gemma. Gemma is the first one I can see. DBG, but the phone's ringing. Oh, hello, I think that's Kelly. They disappear, don't they? All in hand. Oh, that's lovely. It's good to see you all. Oh, get some bicarb but good idea. He went behind the computer big tower and left a dollop, which I dealt with, but you know. Oh, how lovely. Oh, lobster pot, hello. Oh, it's whizzing past. Manuela Elena Fernandez. Greetings, new to me, Manuela. Well done at getting the salopettes. Salopettes, I think, is spelled slightly differently, but they're good. Yeah, I've got another pair to send out today, so I'm quite pleased with that. Now, who has a grandma shelf? Does anyone remember these? Oh, hi, Lainey. Hi, Catherine. Oh, it's just that time of the day. It's a bit too dark for me to do any decent photography, and I thought, stuff it, I'm going to go live and say hello to people. This is quite a size, quite a decent size. It's like a leaf. I love these things. I love these things. I think they're made out of teak. Very, very big in the 60s. And obviously into the 70s as well. My nan had a set of 3 sort of boats things. I used to play with them for ages. So I paid £2 for that, and it says it's made in Hong Kong, and obviously things aren't made in Hong Kong anymore, so that kind of dates it to around that time. But it's got to be worth a few quid. I can't leave something like that behind because I think it's beautiful, and my husband rolls his eyes when he sees it. Your grandmother had a set of them too. It's something about nans, yes. Yeah, you see people's cool 70s interiors and recognise items and think it never looked that cool back then. It just didn't. Oh, hi, Kelly. I'm not sure I've said hello to her. No, I haven't now. Anyway, that I actually bought yesterday. These are all charity shop finds, these bits and pieces, and I just thought everyone needs a bit of distraction. 16 people in. Hello and welcome. Those I've said hello to and those who are lurking quietly. For which I don't blame you. Oh, what was the other thing I bought then when I bought that? Oh, yes. Don't always pick up these things, but they were cords and they were Not Your Daughter's jeans, which of course everyone knows what Not Your Daughter's What's It looks like. £3.50, which is as much as I'd want to pay. And of course, as we all know with these, sometimes they're made in America and these say size 14. There's no way these are an 18. So it's an American size, but they're a nice needle cord and they don't have much wear on them. So I'm thinking, I think someone's taken these up. Yeah, someone has taken these up. So they're quite short in the leg. Bummer. But you know what? They're not that badly done, and I think I'll just declare that they've been shortened to a certain length. Bloody hell. You see, on me they'd be cropped, but I'm not so sure that they are for everybody. Is it just me? Oh, hello Kirsten, hello. Hello Claire. Is it just me, or this whole thing of having to put the length of it, I think it's a skirt in, or a dress, and it has a few options. You've got mini, you've got mid-calf, no, the selections they give are basically long, midi, knee and short. Now, the distinction between whether something is on the knee, below the knee, clearly depends on your shape. Oh, your grandma had an amazing nodding dog and a tree trunk shaped table. The tree trunk shaped tables are quite cool, aren't they? Yeah. Been around for a while. Lovely memory to have, Karen. Good to see you here. Hope you're feeling well. So, oh, sorry, that's Kelly, not Karen. I keep doing that. I'm really bad for some reason at muddling you up. And it's not that you're not completely distinct and delightful, individual, unique people. There's just something in my head that I think because I've met you around the same time, or I connected with you around the same time, that keeps having to check myself and go, is that Callie or is that Karen? I can only apologise if I get it wrong. I am a doofus. So they were quite decent trousers. Price-wise, what I'll get on them, well, I'm hoping to get 25 out of them. I don't know about my lovely leaf. I don't know what my lovely leaf boat will bring, but I will do some research. Ah, Adrian will do Mr. Dig's deals. Greetings all. Loving that. Glad you're here. Hope you're staying positive and, as you always are, and having a good day. I'm digging here because I've sort of amalgamated things into bags. Yes, Catherine. Exactly. I'm 5'9", as anyone will tell you. So it's not the tallest, but it's quite tall, and it makes a bloody big difference when it comes to clothes. Oh dear. Yes, now Karen was saying in a bit of a chat we were having about something about, is this because you put it on, were you doing it on eBay app or were you doing it on your main computer? Because I don't like the app very much. It seems to force you down these tunnels of having to accept certain ways of doing things, and I don't like it. I just do them as drafts and then amend them on the big computer. Oh, I'm nearly missing some chat here. Can I go back and find some chat? Will it let me? Kirsten, yeah. Jewellery is, you do, Kirsten, you do watch Texas Gal Treasures. She's fantastic. I'm trying to think of them. There's another lady who does, very glamorous lady with white hair who also does jewellery. Obviously, the American keywords are not exactly the same, but there aren't that many British people that are doing it. But Texas Gal Treasures, I can't recommend her highly enough. She's very knowledgeable, very funny, and has a wealth of information on her site. Your daughter's 5'11" and a size 10 shoe. Yes, my best friend's daughter is also actually, yeah, is about that height too, and she's 15. So, yeah, it's not easy finding shoes when you're sort of beyond the 8, is it? It's not easy. Pinterest, they may have some. I did see something the other day about descriptions of lengths of necklace. So quite often there are charts and things on the official words for stuff. I've sold very little jewellery. I'm kind of hoarding it, stockpile it, piles. I don't know why. I feel this urge to kind of stockpile jewellery for when maybe I can't get to source or I haven't got the room to store stuff. Don't ask me why, because if it's vintage, it's going to be more vintage. An 8 in shoes, DBG. Woohoo! Yes, you see, in spite of being 5'9", I'm a size 6 foot. Well, 6 in shoes. Feet size. Feety size, yes. So I've got diddly feet for my height. Bizarrely. Oh, Kelly, now 5'5" is a lovely height. Sometimes it'd be nicer to be smaller and I wouldn't kind of sort of loom out every so often. You can't really hide away when you're tall. You've got it in the same, yeah, get it online. I would say definitely check out Texas Gal Treasures. Have a look on Pinterest. The key thing I think people sometimes struggle with is identifying what stones they've got, whether it's plastic, glass, bakelite. And I know that Texas Gal Treasures has done a lot of things about how to tell if your pearls are real and so on and so forth. I find it interesting because I've always been interested in gemstones and semi-precious stones and agates and stuff like that since I was small. So I've kind of got a bit of an instinct for whether something's glass or it's a manufactured stone. I'm also exceedingly fond of amber and jet, but they're not easy to find in a general form. You're sorting out your desk for your new printer. Hello, Karen. Jolly good. Yes, of course, you've got your new printer coming, haven't you? I picked this up. It was a bit pricey as charity shops go, but this was only £2 and it's a cotton one. Of course, we're coming now more into spring and it's monsoon. It's a nice blue colour, nice and textured-y, so I think someone will probably want that. It says M, but that's not a big M. It's quite pretty, that. So I thought there'd be a few quid in that. Shelster Rooney, Miss Cashmere. I saw that you've been spending a lot of money. Yes, I think, you know, once you get into a certain area, you start to learn keywords. You've walked into a meeting of giants. Well, we're sitting down, so, you know, we're all small, we're sat down. It doesn't matter, I promise. Yeah, watching videos is not always easy. Like I say, try Texas Gal Treasures. Her name is Margaret Collier, but she's known as Texas Gal Treasures. This is a vintage site and a half. It's more raspberry than it looks. It looks very bright. It's more of a raspberry pink. And it's all very, very frou-frou. Chiffony layers, chiffony layers. Poor wee Gemma. I think this is vintage. I mean, it might not be, but it's a vintage style Parigi, which I've not heard of. And I did pay £6 for it, but it's a midi length. It just seemed to capture slightly romantic feel. Not too low at the front. Still has shoulder pads in, so that's what makes me think there's possibly a vintage aspect to it. And it came with its own little scarf as well. It's not, oh dear, don't want to put it down there, do I, just in case. It's not silk, but it is really nice quality. Do you like the rustle? Oh God, there's people who do like the rustle, isn't there? Yes, a bit rustly. I paid £6 for that, but you know, I'd certainly try and get 30 and up for it because it is absolutely beautiful, and the colour isn't as garish as it looks on the camera. Sorry, fiddling with my fringe. That was a self chop, and it's very evident it was a self chop, but it was literally down to the end of my nose. My hair grows so fast. I mean, it's ridiculous. When I colour my hair, because I have a lot of white ones in there, I literally get about a week when you can't tell I've done it, and then you can start to see. And within 3 weeks, you can really start to see, and then I just let it go a bit because I just don't want to colour my hair that often. This was a lovely find. I'm sort of waving it at you, aren't I? Devore is what they call this, velvet burnout. These were very big last year. I think they're still going to be big this year. It clashes horribly with my Monsters Inc. jumper, but it's a lovely thing. It's sort of fringy on the ends and comes down to my knee, which again may not be everybody's, but I thought that was rather lovely. It is actually, it's not a monsoon one because I know they did this is indigo, and indigo I think is actually part of Marks and Spencer's, I believe. I think, let me just check it might be Debenhams. No, M&S, and it is rather beautiful. I paid £4.50 for that, which is fractionally more than I wanted to spend, but it's not silk, and again that makes it easy to look after, so not a problem. Oh, that is. So no holes, no marks, no nothing. I thought that was rather nice anyway. That probably won't sell until more the summertime. Yeah, quirky and cool. If you sat in a caravan wearing that, I could tell people's fortunes anyway. No, I don't actually do people's fortunes, but I do tarot cards. And friends of mine, we do have fun with things like that. Yesterday was a day I was quite glad I hadn't read my tarot cards because it wasn't so good. But today is better. Now this was a find. I paid £6 for this. Now this, and I'm saying this is a maxi dress, and it is on me. A maxi dress. Oh God. They call this colour berry. It's a sort of reddish purpley colour. And again, it looks brighter on the screen. It's actually much more muted. And you know what? That nearly touches the floor on me. So definitely one for the taller ladies. But I like the colour anyway, I was drawn to it. But it's new with its tags, and it's phase 8. And this was known as, and it's a 14, and it's known as an Arabella maxi dress in berry, and it retails for, oh, I'll show you properly, £120. So from £6, I think, well, I should be able to get a decent return out of that. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I was quite pleased with that. Half tempted though, but it's not really dark enough for me. Oops. Right, sorry, I'm just creating chaos here. Right, let me just pop those back in the bags. Whoa, not my phone if it's hook. Bear with me a mo. Oh, I'm feeling all relaxed because I had yoga this morning. I'm feeling very stretched. So I may be even slightly taller than I was this morning. For 6 years along with all other receipts. Oh, is that about keeping your record? Yeah, it's 6 or 7 years, isn't it? I just literally do them year by year, shove them in a dividey folder and put them in the loft. Yes, ouch. I paid about £3,000 in tax the other day. I had saved it, I had been saving it, I knew this was coming. And anyone, once you start getting into tax, sorry, excuse the rustling, once you start getting into tax, because of the new way they do it now, you actually pay what you owe, and then you pay half as much again, all at the end of January, and then you pay another half as much again. So in effect, you're almost a year ahead with your tax. So that's like, yeah, that took care of most of my profit for years 16, 17, but I know I'm going to do better in 17, 18. So every time I get some money, it goes off into my savings account. The tax man takes his cut and the rest is mine. It's not quite as uncomplicated as that, Karen. Well, I'm assuming we're talking about tax. I might have missed something here. Let me flip back because I proof of postage receipts. Oh, okay. So just checking there. 20% on profit. My profit for that year, which is 17/18, was about something over 17,000. You think, God, I worked hard for that, but I'm getting smarter. I'm getting better. So out of that, 11,500 is untaxed, and then on top of that, they took, or they will take for that year, £2,000, but in effect they're taking 4 over the year because they're thinking you're going to do the same the following year. It's weird. eBay goals. My only eBay goal is to work smarter, not harder. You know, I'm kind of getting towards the peak of what I can deal with, so I now have to refine it and make sure every item I pick up, maybe with the exception of the grandma ones, grandma shelf, is going to make me a decent amount of profit, because if it doesn't, it really, really isn't worth my time. I'm now starting, this is year 3 for me of properly being a full-time eBayer. Oh, well, there you go, Gemma. I just said, I'm like, yeah, hello, Steve. Sorry, I should have said later enough. Yeah, I'd started in January 2016 properly, putting my mind to it and saying, right, I'm going to make a business out of it. And it's taken me this long to get here, and I'm not where I want to be yet, but I am. My average selling price is going up, and trying to look at what my turnover is and what my actual profit is, what the relationship of that is, because if you're spending all the money out on stock so your actual profit is less, then that's hard. If your turnover is, you know, it isn't just turnover, as I think an awful lot of people have said, and I just sat down and played with the figures because I wanted to know for myself. I've got to get better, I've got to get smarter, I've got to get more organised, I've got to get more expert at certain things, but it's always shifting and changing. You've had a VAT letter. Yeah, I mean, I don't have an accountant at the moment, but I'm seeing that I really perhaps should be thinking of doing it. Maybe not for 18, 19, but certainly for 19 into 20, because I really want to up it. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, and like I say, tax is easy, but once you start earning enough to be paying tax, then it suddenly becomes a bit of a shock. So, but then it proves that you're doing well, doesn't it? Because you're earning over £11,000 in profit. Oh, good for you, Catherine. I wish I had one of those. I don't know. Me and skirts at the moment, I'm offloading a load on auctions, but this one was rather nice. It's a bit sort of slinky. That slightly sort of stiff material that is slightly shiny, very slightly shiny. It's a pencil skirt, which I know is kind of, you know, it's a bit like one of those French tart skirts, I think is what I like to say. You know, one with a Breton top, I suppose. And plenty of cleavage for those who have. But it was coast as well, and it's a 14. So I thought those things combined probably made it worth me picking up for, what did it cost me? £2.50. This was this morning from a new charity shop that I've gone to. Yeah, I'd like to manage my husband's wage as well. Well, I'm not quite there yet. But you know, I haven't got, my goals aren't smart. They're not specific, targeted, whatever. But I just know damn well I want to get a decent amount of money for the amount of time I spend, and I'm working on it. I'm slowly getting there, but it's amazing what you have to turn over and how hard you have to work to make the money. Average, about 29.30. It varies, but it's somewhere around there at the moment. I am offloading some lower value stuff, so that's going to pull it back a bit. But yeah, I think the price per item makes a huge difference for me, because, you know, the sort of things I have, I don't sell in bulk. I'm not retail arbitraging, so it's that way of working. I thought this was pretty. It's got sparklers. It's a bit hippy-dippy boho, but as we know, we're coming into festival season. I think boho is possibly slightly overused as a word, but, you know, it's got that kind of slightly fairy sort of vibe about it. It's 2-layered, and it's got lots of loose wool on it, which is a bit, but it was by Whistles, and I don't find Whistles very often. Let me try and actually show you rather than wave it. There we go. I think that's a newer label. Which colour? This colour suits me. Yes, greens and reds. Yeah, dual colours. I've got strange colouring. The worst colour I can wear, and I've got it on under here because it's my yoga thing, is grey. If I put grey next to my skin, I look like I'm dying. I put bluey green or something like that next to me, I look a bit more alive. And the same's true with red. It's the dark hair. Yeah, dark hair and the paler skin, that's what does it for us. Now this was nice. It actually had that newer Whistles label, I think will work. It's a lot of synthetics, but it has 27% mohair in it. You find Whistles doesn't. I don't pick it up always, but when I see something I like the style of it, and that has got really, God, those sleeves really are crazy. I don't have particularly long arms, so I would struggle. I'm a sort of T-Rex of the reseller world there. Long in the leg, but not in the arm. It was quite pretty, and what did I pay for it? There we are, waving the label around and telling you nothing of use. It is effing, it's very expensive. Horribly expensive. That was £3, and it's a size 3. I'm assuming if that's anything like the Ted Bakers and other things, that probably means it's about 12. Now, I don't know if I've committed a sin by buying white stuff. I don't pick it up very often. I only pick this one up because it looks like it's been not much worn. Very bright. Sort of floral leaf kind of arrangement. And it hasn't got the tie back on it. I can't bear the tie backs because they kind of sit in the back of your middle of your back and give you backache. And it's sort of got that slight modesty thing too, rather than being a wrap over. So I think that will go well. It wasn't hugely expensive, it was £3. So it's long sleeved, it's good transitional summer, spring into summer stuff. Now someone's saying they sell, excuse me, I have to keep doing this. Here we go. Yeah, you do sell white stuff all the time. A third job. DBG, how many jobs do you need? You've got to look after yourself. You work too hard now. and you'll get ill. Nobody wants to get ill because we don't get paid when we get ill. Yeah, quite pleased with those. I mean, there's got to be 20 quid in the dress. I try to sell everything from as high as I can possibly get. So, I'll price optimistically, but obviously I've only got these this morning, so I haven't researched. This isn't clothes related at all. Steve might like this. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. haven't even found out if it's complete. In fact, I probably wouldn't know. They priced it at £2, and they obviously, oh, and they had a pound sticker on underneath it. That's very odd. Charming. Anyway, I think someone had it from one charity shop and maybe gave it in, which probably means it's not going to be complete. Yeah, might have to get some replacement bits if it's worth doing. I just sort of picked it up because I know I shouldn't even do games. I really should know better. I suspect half of it probably isn't there, but even so, I might be able to part it out to someone. Let's see if the board's broken in half, shall we? No, it's all good. You're prepping salad. Well, good for you. Hello, mum of 5 sons. I think the girl deserves a medal just for that name, really. I'm a mum of 1 son. Believe me, that can be quite enough. Box is bashed. I don't know how popular this one is. I've got a feeling I've sold it before. I'm pretty sure I'm missing some pieces. But hey ho. I'm a sucker for Harry Potter stuff. I do like it. I'm a big kid. Manta seems to sell better. Now Manta is Debenhams, isn't it? I think. My husband's got a couple of oh excuse me, chewing my own hair. Not that hungry. Yeah, seems to have a I've not sold Manta. I know we've had it before. Oh, is that me out of focus? Hello, are we out of focus? Ooh, come back. There we go. Although actually softer focus is probably a good thing. Your son's 21st. Congratulations to him. Bless him. Bless him. Ah, what have I got here? Lexi. Hello. Well, welcome, Lex. I just thought everyone seems so fed up on the chat. Everyone's having a real icky day. So yeah, I know. How can Kirsten possibly have a 21-year-old? You must have started extremely young. Mary Lynn's. Hello. I don't know why I'm doing the laces up on these. I always think shoes look so much neater with laces done. And they're a bit cockeyed anyway. Shoes. Leather soled. Size 11, which is a good size. Pretty good on the heels, not too much wear. And they're this sort of, is it Oxford style? I always get this muddled up where they have this sort of toe. I have seen a Pinterest thing that tells you what the styles are. But these seemed in very good nick. Now, what I couldn't really work out is the make, because it's printed in black, on black, and it's dusty. Oh, I still can't make it. I'll try and show it to the camera. Maybe someone else can see. Hang on, I'll do it. Anyone recognise that? Oh, it's back to front for me, but it probably isn't for you. I'm going to have to do some research. But I'm going to... they just seem like nice quality. They only had them at £4.50. And there was something about those that I thought, yeah, they're going to be all right. So I'll make them, polish them up and make them look nice. Yes, all there for the new printer. So are you not at work today, Lex? It's Tuesday, isn't it? You're not there on Tuesdays? I know you're on there on Wednesdays, and I know you're working on Fridays. I know Wednesday's your bad day, isn't it? Dungarees for £55? Woo! Who made those? Or were they super funky, super retro? Oops. Right. This looks like nothing. And it may well be nothing. Which way round is it? It's one of those mitts for American football. And if I can get this on real fast, because I know there's the Super Bowl coming up, maybe. It's leather, which is why I picked it up. I did sell one quite a long time ago. I found one a few years ago, and it did really well. I can't remember how much it did really well. Which bit does the thumb go in then? So it's in your left hand. Oh God. There we go. I think that's probably an adult size. I've not got massive hands. But there we go. This says Pro Diamond, 210, Cooper, soft tan leather, Rocket 22. So it's got lots of descriptors on it. It's in pretty good nick. I think these can go all right. I'm pretty sure that the one I sold before did go back to the States, where obviously there's a bit more demand for them here. What have I got? Not too much here. Now, my main reason for picking this up was because it was polka dots and in monochrome, and I know that's always popular. It's a very, I suppose it's a skater style dress, is that what they call it? With a reasonably defined waist. It's got a nice round neck as opposed to the front ones. It is Laura Ashley. I don't pick up a lot of Laura Ashley, but this again was in very, very nice condition. It looks like it's been worn once maybe, and I think someone's going to want that. So we don't know how much for. I'll have to give it the once over and make sure there's no faults. But yeah, more modern Laura Ashley, but still quite decent quality. I like the old Laura Ashley. I'm an old-fashioned girl at heart. But 33 people in the chat. Oh, everybody fancied a bit of distraction. I sold some salopettes this morning, actually. Manuela was saying about salopettes. I don't pick them all up. I do check the brands, and I've been trying to teach myself. Oh, is something missing there? No, maybe not. Maybe that just goes like that. Kids ones. Kids salopettes. I do check out comps on these because I'm still learning. These, I paid £5 for them. They'd only just gone out, but they're Weds. That's a reasonably good make. There we go. It's got a hood in it that gets hidden away again. They look like they've only been worn for the one season. I don't want anything too shabby. They're modern ones, obviously, rather than vintage ones. And they're for an age 8. So I think with this brand, well, they could, no, they're not grubby. A couple of little marks I might just try and wipe off with a wet wipe. But you know, in reality, people are going skiing with their kids. They just want them to have something that fits. So if you're supposed to walk home today, oh yes, that sort of thing was happening with my son when he started. They'll soon get the idea. They either have to have a phone that's got a decent battery life, or remember to charge them when they go to bed at night. We've got a system with my son where, to stop him sort of chatting to his late night friends on his WhatsApp group and things like that, little live hangouts, is to actually get him to plug his phone in to charge it downstairs so that he can't have it upstairs, and then it's ready in the morning. So it happened once where, yes, his phone had died on him and he'd got on the wrong bus and we had all kinds of palavers. I think I wouldn't say it frightened him, but it certainly gave him enough of a surprise. I kind of thought, I don't really want to do that again. I don't want to find myself out in the wilds at the back and beyond of Sevenoaks with nowhere getting home. So everybody's doing well today then. That's more or less it for my haul. Yeah, I felt like I spent a lot of money and I probably didn't, but I've got shed loads to photograph. I've still got loads to do. So, I see, right. All devices are left in the room in the evening after dinner. 0 electronics for them. Yes, this is true. The only problem is, what happens is when they go to secondary school, they start having to do homework on the screen. So there's a thing called My Maths. I don't know, I expect you guys will do it. So that sometimes they have got to go on and research, they've got to go and look things up, and then they get easily sidetracked because, oh look, Fortnite, or some other YouTube distraction. Like we don't use YouTube for distraction. Right. Oh, you're getting better with the hoist, Lainey. That's good. I suppose all of these things, it's going to take a while to master, and if you can get going and get out and about, then that's going to be a big help. No sales today. Wet and cold. Yeah, it's miserable here. It's raining, but it's very cold rain. Very grey. I mean, I've got, yeah, very grey and very nasty. And we're supposed to get some snow here soon. So hopefully we'll get some sales. This is why I'm thinking that there are things like the salopettes and the big jumpers, and I'm starting to sell a few of those things, but then you'll still get the completely random sort of t-shirt or summery dress or whatever. that gets sold. So I don't quite know why. Rain is, yes, it's known, it's famous for its rain, isn't it? Is it special rain? Are you near the seaside in Bridgend? I don't know where Bridgend is. Sorry, I'm really thick on Wales. I know very little about it. Yes, one day I'm going to have to come over to the West Country and come up that way, because I keep thinking I really want to be able to sort of do a bit of a road trip and go and say hello to Carla, or hello to Mrs. M, or or hello to Lex. It's a hell of a long way from here, so I'd have to make some big arrangements to get myself over there. Magical rain, 6 miles from gorgeous beaches and shitty Porthcawl. Porthcawl, is that a seaside place? Porthcawl? Well, at least you've got beaches nearby. I mean, I'm quite a long way from anywhere. We have rivers here. We do well for rivers, but no, we're not that near the sea. I think Hastings is the nearest for us. Ooh, yes, Lainey. I can imagine that's kind of an image I'm having a bit of trouble with right now. So, flying across the room with your bum hanging out. Porthcawl was like a crapper Blackpool. I remember Blackpool. I did work there briefly, and that's pushing things. It was all right in nice weather when it was busy, but my God, Blackpool in off season is about as depressing as places I've ever seen. That's when I ran back down south and thought, I've had enough. I need to come back to the warmth. You've got a river at the bottom of your road. I hope it doesn't flood the road. I've got a stream at the bottom of my house, but it doesn't flood us. We're too high up. We have rivers. You get people going crazy enough to go canoeing on the river here. Lainey lives 5 minutes from the seafront. Oh, yes, lives 5 minutes from the seafront, yes. That must be nice. Oh, well, you never know. Can't be wearing a Skeg Vegas. Yes, that's quite famous too, isn't it, for being slightly grim sometimes. But, you know, people love it. We've got Margate down this way. It's quite a long way from me, but we have Margate. I have spent quite a bit of time in Whitstable, but it's quite nice. The River Medway's had river defences, and you're out of big hill. Yeah, so you're definitely not going to get flooded. Well, it's the Medway that runs through here, of course. But I always have this fancy of living on a boat on a river. But it'd have to be a tall boat, because I wouldn't fit in a narrow boat. They're too low ceilinged. Whitley Bay. That must be lovely. Living near Skeggy. Yes, interesting. Is it? No, I keep getting confused. There's Whitley Bay, and then there's... Where's the Gothic place? That's Whitby. Whitby. I've never been to Whitby. I'd quite like to go, but I'd feel very underdressed, because I think people get very dressed up, don't they, and have goth weekends there. Minnis Bay and Joss Bay. Minnis Bay. See, so you're... Yes, Minnis Bay, that's Broadstairs. I'm thinking, why does that sound so familiar? Love Broadstairs. It's kind of like a fairy fictional place, because it's so sweet. it's like it can't be real. I'm still getting the waft of cat, you know. It's like, oh, that cat wasn't well. That's all I'm saying. It was not well. Really bad now. Barafundle, is that how you say it? Barafundle Bay? That sounds like somewhere in New Zealand or Australia. Barafundle Bay. And you're 5 minutes from the M2. Yes, that's true. You can just jump on and go down that way. It's not that far from us to drive. It probably takes about an hour or so to get to Whitstable, but it's just not somewhere you'd poodle to, because it's so busy normally. We actually went on holiday there and stayed in a cottage. Tynemouth. Where's that? Mouth of the Tyne. Is that Newcastle? Bad geography here. Bad geography. I've got some friends who live in Grange-over-Sands up in Cumbria. That's stunning, because they've got this view over the sands. It's just extraordinary from their house. But it's cold up there. And I went to Scotland last year. When we had the heat wave, I went to Scotland, and it was the only place that was actually quite chilly. It was really chilly, and then we came back down south. It was like, oh, God, different country. So you're not far from there. Oh, meet up in Whitstable. Oh God, yes. They haven't got many charity shops either, and they're very tiny. And they have an appalling range of stuff. Whenever we were on a holiday there, I'd always go and look for things. Better actually was when you go further up. Where am I thinking now? Oh, God, my brain. When you go up out of Whitstable and along Tankerton, better charity shops at Tankerton. And I have to highly recommend Hove, not Brighton necessarily, because most of it's overpriced, but Hove had some brilliant ones. Bridgend has sand dunes. Wow, who knew? Mackel? Birchington, yes. Oh, well, there we go. We're all looking forward to summer. I don't know who's got what holiday plans, but I seem to be in charge of booking a week in Sicily. We've plumped for Sicily because it's Italian food, which means my son, my husband and I will be deeply happy to eat Italian food all week. And it's also because we want to go in we're limited to half terms. May, we're limited to half terms. So if we can go to Sicily in right the end of May, beginning of June, it'll be warm and lovely, but it won't be gaspingly hot. Oh God, excuse me. Sicily, yes. Oh well, hopefully without meeting any mafia. But last time we went to Sorrento on the Amalfi Coast, I loved that. With waking up in the morning and seeing the volcano in the distance, and bizarrely bumping into Damien Hirst on the way over there. Very funny little man. So Sherwood Forest. Where's Sherwood Forest? Ah, yes, I do like Sherwood Forest, but I'm not entirely sure about the Centre Parks. I've heard things about them, but both good and not so good. Yeah, I'm half wondering Dubrovnik or Berlin. I'm half wondering, is Brexit going to make any difference? And I'm kind of like, well, I'm going to Poland anyway in the summer, so that won't make any odds. But I'm wondering whether to sort of try and book through one travel agent for the week, just in case of any issues. But I can't really see that it's going to change anything super drastically, really. Maybe that's just me being optimistic. I love Europe, so the idea of being cut off from it in any way is not appealing. But there you go. Hello, Tack Doctor. I think I saw a Tack Doctor there. Hello, nice to see you. Welcome in. Centre Parks. That's what frightened me. Centre Park looked so expensive, and I wasn't entirely sure that we'd absolutely love it. My husband and I we're not that good with crowds and hordes of people, and because our son's our only son, he's kind of like a one and only, so he hasn't got any mates instantly to play with. So you've either got to make friends with the people that are there, or not. Yeah, so who knows. God, have I been rambling on that long? Yeah, small kids. I think it probably is. Yeah, cabin in the woods, nice. Super expensive but lush in the Forest of Dean. Forest of Dean's a nice area. I wanted to go down to Lyme Regis and go and hunt for fossils, but I think that was me rather than anybody else in the family. My son's idea of perfect entertainment is anywhere with really good Wi-Fi. But I don't want him clamped to a device for the entire holiday. I think that's a bit unhealthy. But there you go. Difficult try to please all. Oh, sorry. Oh dear. I'm yawning now. That's really bad. It's getting darker and darker here, and I'm thinking we're probably going to get some snow. And I have rambled. Archery. Yes, I love archery. I've got to go back to the proper archery as well at some point. But that's the time thing. Port Limp. Safari nights away. We want to go camping, but the problem is because my husband and I are getting a bit longer in the tooth, we don't find camping on blow-up camp beds quite as comfy as we used to. It's not. You wake up in the morning, it's like, oh God, my back. So I need to find a way to make camping more comfortable so that we can do it, because I like being outside. A yurt. Yes, a yurt. Your get up and go is gone today. Mine's got up and gone. My cat crapped in the study. You know, it's one of them days. Glamping. Camping is always glamorous. Get enough booze involved, and it usually is. Your tea's ready. I've got to go anyway, because I've yattered on at you for 3/4 of an hour about very little indeed, apart from some shopping I've done. So I will say tutty bye. I'm not sure if we have a Cellar Ladies live on Friday. I'm hoping that we do. Oh, I'd love to go to the Green Man Festival. Maybe we can arrange it. Maybe I can come to the Green Man. So I shall say tutty bye. Thank you for joining. Yes, you know the routine. Give us a like if you like it. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I can improve or change, because I'm all up for that. And take care of your lovely selves. Bye bye, she says, looking for the button. It's over this side. Tutty bye.